Hey everybody, I am doing this YouTube video to try and show you how to install a utility sink in a regular laundry room. First thing, I apologize. I got a little bit of a runny nose, some congestion, so if you hear me breathing heavy, I apologize. But I had gone on YouTube and tried to find a video that would show me exactly how to do this, and I couldn't find anything that really broke it down, and so that's what I want to do so we can get started. The first thing you're going to need to do is go to Home Depot or Lowe's or some sort of home supply store and get all the items that you're going to need. And it's going to depend on where your drain pipes are, where your water fixtures are. Mine are right here on this wall. Okay, so I have a hot and cold, and I have two-sided draining. And I kind of need that because, as you can see, I had to kind of twist this at an angle to fit it, especially once I add in the other Y here. And this is the dryer piece that goes in here. I had to take this piece off to cut the hole to kind of adjust this and move it up because I'll put a picture in there, but this actual box is held on with some plastic tabs that are nailed in right there and down below there. And so in order to get to my pipe down here, let me see if I can zoom in there. As you can see, this pipe right here, the piece that comes down, I had to push that up. And so in order to do that, I had to open that box up a little bit to give me some space to cut it. That way when I actually put the piece in there, everything was able to fit well. And so I just ran an angled down piece coming from a PVC pipe into the back of the sink here. And I'll show it to you here. Just angled it down just a tiny bit to give it some downward gravity as well. The parts that you're going to need are a sink basin if you don't have one, the faucet if it doesn't come with one, and then you're going to need a threaded strainer tailpiece because this is what will actually connect to the bottom of the basin. Here in this basin, it's a 1.5 inch fitting, and it's going into another 2-inch PVC pipe down there, and the actual drain itself is it's a 3-inch, I believe. And so I got a piece that has a 3-inch straight pipe with a 2-inch angle down. All right, and then I just got some corner turns, 90-degree turns there, to add those in. And so what you're going to need to do, down here so I can show you, the Ptrap that comes with this system, or that you have to buy for this system, first of all, it is a kitchen Ptrap sink, or kitchen sink Ptrap, that's what it is. And so typically this little connection right here would just go on to the PVC pipe or something else that's sticking out of the wall, the long piece there. But you also would have a drain piece, tailpiece coming out of your sink. This one did not have one, so I bought that one and added it, and that's what actually screws into the thing, because this piece here does not actually screw upwards, it screws downwards. So you need that piece to actually screw upwards into the bottom of the sink. So I set up the Ptrap and got it all ready. I had to cut into the drywall down here, and make sure you cut a large enough hole to cut. I used this Ryobi little handheld saw to start it off, and then I had to finish it off with my drywall knife because that's what I had to use. The other things you're going to need are, I didn't realize it was going to get a little expensive. This sink was only about $40. I found it on Craigslist. It was $40 with the faucet as well. You're going to need a garden hose Wye, which is 3/4 inch. And it's going to have the receiving part here with the output parts here. You're going to need 2 hoses, one for hot, one for cold. And I will say that if you only hook up one, which is what I have right now, as you can see, the hot water's not hooked up yet. You heard that draining some water in the back. It will drain water from one to the other side, so you really need to have it hooked up to keep that from happening. The other thing is, depending on your faucet, mine in particular, you can see here is, sorry about the angle, it's probably distorted from the camera view, but it's a 1/2 inch on the inside. All right, and then you need 3/4 inch on the outside, and so the 1/2 inch will just go onto the actual sink piece here. If I can go the right direction, right? And so that allows you to have an adapter because the hoses are 3/4 inch. So if you have a different kind of hose type, you're going to have to find a different type of adapter that will go to a 1/2 inch thread from that one. I recommend putting Teflon tape on both the connections here and the sink piece when you go to do it, both sides on the plastic, as well as the where this connects to on the outside of that little bushing. So you'll need some of this Teflon tape. It's just wraps around. It's not actually sticky, it just kind of stretches and will stay in place. Also, one of the things I learned is this pipe is what's in the wall, right? It's what's used throughout the house. This is Schedule 40 PVC pipe or conduit pipe. And that's what they use for like low pressure systems like drains. And so this pipe will not fit properly on to this. So you're going to have to either buy, or the kit that I had came with one. I don't know if you can tell, but that piece right there, trying to stay as still as I can, is actually an adapter that fits from the 1.5 inch kitchen pipe over to the Schedule 40 PVC pipe. And so it did come with it in my Ptrap combo package, but if you don't, they do sell them individually. This is like a clean out or something like that, and you could technically probably drain into that. I don't recommend it because you might need that later. It probably won't pass inspections. I'm not really sure. So I saw some people online doing that, and I wanted to do it kind of the right way, or at least a better way, so that is still there. And otherwise, no leakage or anything other than from the back of this guy right here. So once you put on your Wye, you just run the hose, one hose back to your washing machine, one hose to this guy here on the back, and then that's done. And then I used some PVC primer and cement. Hold on. This right here is a handy pack. It comes with both purple primer and clear PVC cement to join everything. So what I did was I cut all of the pieces out. Let me show you real quick. So you put up this little piece right next to the pipe, and then where this line is right here, you can see the darker line, and there's one right there. That's where you mark your lines on the PVC pipe that's existing, because you want to be able to have some room on the top and the bottom to go into this piece right here. And so then it has an angle that comes straight out of the wall. I put the turn. I got a 2-foot length of PVC pipe, Schedule 40. and then that goes into another elbow, which goes into the little adapter, and then the 1.5 inch kitchen PVC P-Trap piece that came with the P-Trap kit. So I'll put a link to as many of the parts that I can remember as possible. Otherwise, if you have any questions along the way, let me know and I'll be happy to try and answer them. Thanks for watching. Hope that it is helpful to somebody.